What's up, guys? Gun here. Happy NFL Week 2. It's in the books, man. I hope you guys enjoyed your NFL weekend. Hope you enjoyed your DFS weekend, and I hope you enjoyed your real life weekend. We're back in the week grind, man. We're counting down the days until the weekend, and hey, we can make it to Thursday. You might be able to play some showdown and scratch the itch going into the weekend, man. I am so happy that NFL's back. I've had a lot of fun this past weekend. It was so much fun on Saturday, having the whole gang, so many people coming back that I haven't seen since the NBA season ended, talking some football, making some plays, sweating some football on Sunday. We had the voice chat going all day, man. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed your process, your week, and you're ready for NFL Week 2. I'm not quite sure how I feel about NFL Week 2 yet. I'm sure we'll kind of unravel some of my thoughts in terms of maybe not being in love with some pricing on Draftkings. There's a couple spots that are too cheap, but we'll chat about that. Hey, man, we put up a lot of videos last week as we stir this YouTube channel back to life. Haven't put up much content over the summer. Basically, since NBA season ended, we did a couple of baseball videos, but got to come back for NFL. And those of you that maybe aren't familiar with the YouTube algorithm, the way it's set up, it basically rewards consistency and streamers that take a break, take a vacation or don't upload for a couple weeks and then a month and then longer content is failed to be posted. The YouTube kind of has an algorithm to where those streamers or to those YouTubers, those content creators, their channel just kind of goes to the back, and you kind of got to earn your way back to the front. So, for one, I'm super stoked at all you guys that were hanging out on the videos last week. Last week we had a lot of positive feedback. I don't think we had a single thumbs down on any video. You guys really reached out to me on Twitter, in the Discord, even in the comments, and said nice things about some of the work that we put into, especially that $1 Million Maker video. So I want to thank you for that. With that said, I definitely think we can grow even more, and I can't do it without you guys. So I'm going to be a little cheesy here and be like a lot of typical YouTubers, and I'm going to create a contest this week for all of the videos we post, starting with today's onslaught of positional pick videos. All I need from you guys is to like the videos, make sure you subscribe, make sure you have the notification bells on, and then on each video, leave one comment, man. Just kind of, it could be whatever. It could be one word. It could be thanks. It could be telling me how your week 1 went, or what I really like to see is who you guys like early on. It's early in the week for week 2 at each positional pick. So if you guys will do that for me, I will host a contest this weekend, a $25 PayPal giveaway or a week of VIP at rundfs.com, your choice. And on each video that you leave a comment, that'll be worth one entry into the contest, and we will automatically draw it next Monday when we start putting up some content for NFL Week 3. And I would be greatly indebted, highly appreciative of you helping me get this channel stirring back up, and the more success the channel has, the more content that we'll put up, and it'll just be a great mutual relationship. It really will. I'm Gun. Twitter.com/GundaggerSports. At is in the upper right hand corner of your screen. If you guys are on the Twitter, come hit me up, man. DMs are open. I chatted with a couple of you guys that I haven't ever talked to before about some plays on for Sunday. You guys can always tweet at me. I do my best to tweet back. I may not always DM you back, but I will definitely try and tweet you back as much as possible. But DMs are open. And of course, rundfs.com. That's the place where we don't just play DFS. We run DFS. So much fun this weekend. If you guys want to hang out with me a lot more than just these 10-minute, 15, 20-minute, hour-long videos, you guys can upgrade to VIP at rundfs.com. Get in that premium Discord. We do voice chats just about every day. And every Saturday of the NFL season, we'll have The Candle Burn, where we talk NFL picks for the following Sunday. Hey, let's talk about NFL Week 1, and you know how we do. We're going to talk about the quarterback position first. There's so many quarterbacks on the slate. I try not to go after the high-priced guys in terms of recommending them for you. Pretty sure if you made it this far into the NFL season, you know Patrick Mahomes is a good play. You know Lamar Jackson against the air raid offense of the Arizona Cardinals is a good play. I'm going to try and keep it in the 6K range for quarterbacks today, and even a couple of 5K guys, and these are guys that maybe are think outside the box type of guys. I'm going to give you a real chalky one. Matter of fact, I'll start with him if you want to. If you just want to get it out the way. You just want to get it out the way so I can maybe vent and complain a little bit about pricing this week on Draftkings. Tom Brady, man. $6,400. He's in a division matchup this week on the road at Miami. Miami is a minor league football team. You guys that watch baseball this year, you've seen the Baltimore Orioles, you see the Seattle Mariners. These guys are them. These guys are, they might go 0-17 or 0-16. Matter of fact, they're going to take an L on their bye week and go 0-17. It's going to be bad. We're going to see one of the most lopsided spreads in NFL history. We've seen this game anywhere from -14 when it opened to -18.5, -19 right now. By Friday, by Saturday, this might be a 21.5 point spread, and it could be ugly, quick, fast, in a hurry. And that's exactly what we saw with the Baltimore Ravens. They were mincing this Dolphins defense, and we saw some just egregious stat lines from guys that played 10 or less snaps. It was insane. I don't think Bill Belichick. I don't know if Bill Belichick keeps his foot on the pedal in the fourth quarter. Probably see some backups in, but I'm not gonna let the risk of blowout get me off a $6,400 Tom Brady. I alluded to this earlier in this video. I am very, I don't want to say upset. I don't want to say mad. I just wish the Patriots as a whole were not as cheap as they are. Just because that's going to flood the fields with saturated ownership. We're going to have high ownerships on Brady. So I'm going to recommend him as the cash game quarterback. We're going to have high ownerships on Antonio Brown, Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman. The prices are just so cheap that I really think this is going to be one of the more chalky fields. Hey, chalk can bust. You know, chalk doesn't always hit. But I wish the pricing was a little bit more tough for me to say, okay, I love that, right? If Tom Brady's $7,500 here, no one says, oh, that's a bad price. No, that's the freaking Miami Dolphins. That's probably right. But at $7,500 for Tom Brady, you start wondering, all right, maybe we can get a little contrarian here. If Antonio Brown's not $7K and he's $9K, all right, maybe we don't have to force that in. But instead, we get $6,400 Tom Brady. This is your cash game quarterback. Playing cash games this week without Tom Brady, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. That guy's probably gonna be 50-60% owned. I'm going with it. $6,400. Give me 300 yards at halftime with 2 or 3 touchdowns. The NFL record, he might tie it. One of these days he'll break it. I know there's a lot of buzz and tongue-in-cheek on how the Patriots tend to go into Miami and struggle, but man, this one probably ain't it, Chief. Next quarterback is even my dog's growling, man. She doesn't like the fact that Tom Brady and the Patriots are so cheap. So Tom Brady, poster boy right there, man. We got to go with him. 2 other quarterbacks I want to talk about. And these guys are going to be way more ugly and harder to come off the tongue than Tom Brady. Giggity. Let's start with Josh Allen. How about that? Josh Allen. He faced the New York Jets week 1. He's going to face the New York Giants week 2. Buffalo to the Meadowlands or MetLife. Not a long trip, man. Josh Allen, $5,300. I liked him last week. I think I mentioned him in last week's quarterback video. It's a guy that's going to give you a high floor from rushing. He ran the ball 10 times last week. This still shows last year's stats, but we pull up DK live, and we can pull up his stat line. I think he ran the ball 10 times. One thing that we were a little bit concerned about is the amount of turnovers he had. There were some bad luck turnovers, and then there were some spots where he got a little lucky by not turning it over. But that's what you're going to get with Josh Allen. He's a very aggressive quarterback. 37 pass attempts against the New York Jets last week, 250-plus yards passing, 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown, pair of picks, pair of fumbles, 10 rushing attempts. I like this a lot. I like this spot a lot for Josh Allen. I like that he only scored 19 last week. I think people are overreactive in NFL fantasy. I think people this week will kind of be tunnel visioned on Tom Brady. So we got to start thinking outside the box. Who might slip under the radar and who might pay us off? Josh Allen gets a matchup that Dak Prescott had basically a career game. I don't think he's ever looked as good, as sharp. I know they got a new offensive coordinator, but man, him, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, they're absolutely destroying that Giants defense. And I think Josh Allen could maybe experience benefits from some of the same. So I like him a lot. I think 20-plus fantasy points is a realistic range of outcome here. And I think we're sleeping on his upside. 41 fantasy points in Week 17 last year. 95 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. You see, that's what he does, man. He rushes touchdowns, and he gets you a high floor for running. So may not be a pretty play. If you watch every snap, might make some sophomore mistakes. But I think the upside for 30 fantasy points is there at $5,300. So Josh Allen will be a guy, at least as of now, will be a guy I'll be looking to play this Sunday, NFL Week 2. Lastly, want to overreact? How about Derek Carr? You guys watch Monday Night Football, game number 2? Game number 1 was awesome. Texans and Saints. That was a Donnybrook. I loved it. Saints almost got screwed by the refs again. That's a yikes. That's what you get for dressing up as refs in the crowd. No, I'm kidding. Beautiful game. Excellent game. Those are the type of games you love to see. But man, the Broncos didn't really come to play. And Derek Carr and Jaradis kind of did. $5,100 for Derek Carr last night. He was super efficient. High completion rate. He's coming off a season where he had one of his career high completion rates. Completed 22 of 26 passes, 260 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown. Didn't have to really do a whole lot because they dominated this game. The Raiders dominated from start to finish. I know Emmanuel Sanders found the end zone kind of late, but it is what it is. Derek Carr did not have to really show out. Josh Jacobs was able to run the ball 20-plus times. But Derek Carr found a nice connection with Tyrell Williams and a tight end that we'll talk about in the tight end video. I think pricing came out before Monday night. I wonder if maybe pricing looks a little different. If this game was in the books before scoring or before pricing came out. This week they face the Kansas City Chiefs at home in Oakland. And I know the Raiders defense might have looked all right against Joe Flacco, but I got my reservations of what they'll look like against Patrick Mahomes and that Chiefs offense. So at worst, Derek Carr likely in a neutral to playing from behind game script, and he'll likely have to throw the ball quite a bit. And that Chiefs defense will likely surrender some decent fantasy points. I know last season at the end of in Week 17, they only put up 3 points at KC in Arrowhead. In Arrowhead, a lot of noise, a little bit harder to love, but I think his completion rate is encouraging. If you look at a lot of games last year, over 70% completion rate in a lot of games, and four of his last 5 games. I like the weapons he's working with this season. I think it's a new league team with a little bit of confidence. I don't think they win. They probably get smacked, but I think 5,100 for Derek Carr. I think 300-plus passing yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns is not out of the question, and there's plenty of easy handcuffs. Tyrell Williams, you want to go back to that. And, of course, the tight ends, Darrell Waller. We'll talk about him in the coming video. So those are 3 guys I wanted to highlight. It is just the Tuesday. Things could change between now and game day. So keep that in mind. Who do you guys have in mind early on at quarterback? Are you like me? Do you think you just played Tom Brady in cash? And then if you want to get different in tournaments, you go for it. I'm personally thinking about rolling back the bankroll this weekend, unless I go after like a showdown or a chopped up half slate, afternoon slate, or something like that. I don't love the Patriots being on it, but at the same time, let's say I was gonna run 150 lineups. And I just wanted to avoid chalk. I could maybe chop it down to 50 lineups and just be totally contrarian and not have any Patriot stacks. And I think that's a range of outcomes. Jeez, this dog. Look, I mentioned Tom Brady and the dog growls. That's incredible. But if I faded Patriots in tournaments, right, and just hope for the best and stick to some of these alternative stacks, we'll see what happens. A lot of game theory that could change my strategy and my approach to week 2. But anyway, that's my look at quarterbacks. Let me know who you're liking at quarterback this week in the comments below. $25 PayPal giveaway. You know how we do, man. I appreciate you guys stopping by. We got way more pick videos coming today and more content coming this week. I love you guys. Good luck. God bless. Go win some money.